Picture this. It's the weekend and you finally have some free time. Instead of aimlessly cycling through your socials, doom scrolling yourself into oblivion, or grinding on that frustratingly difficult game you love to punish yourself with, you decide it's time to sit down and start producing that sweet music that's been distilling in your mind all week. On top of that, you just got a brand new amp sim and you're itching to try it out. So after eliminating those distractions, you grab your guitar, boot up your DAW of choice, and load up your new plugin. It's amazing. The layout's pristine. It has pretty much everything you could ask for. Overflowing with options, you're unsure of where to begin, so you start by exploring the presets. And eventually, you land on one you like. After laying down a riff or two, you decide to make it your own. Easy enough, right? You start by dialing in the gain to taste, then the mids, the lows, the highs, and the presence. It's not quite there, so let's try a different boost pedal in front to tighten it up a bit. What about the post EQ? There, we can sculpt our ideal tone even further. Lastly, the cabinet. It sounds great, and there's plenty more to choose from, especially with all the different microphone options. Or you can load that custom IR you grabbed off some old forum. Just a little bit further until it's great. Only then can you really begin. You have all the tools to craft the perfect tone at your disposal. So why not just keep going? Because it's not quite right. It's not exactly perfect yet. So you go back and try again, this time from a different preset. Repeat this process for hours until you realize the changes you make don't actually make the new tone any better than the last. They just make it different. And then you're out of time. All that creative energy you've been itching to express just got eaten up by changing parameters, adjusting EQ. To what end? Your goal was to work on new music, that thing you constantly dream about. And now, it's no longer an option. As much as you'd like to spend the rest of the day endlessly exhausting the infinite parameters of your amp sim, instead of, working on actual music, life will find a way of reminding you that your time is not infinite. Oh well, there's always next weekend. But didn't you say that last weekend? The thing is, the new amp sim you just purchased delivered on everything it said it would. The options seemed limitless. The problem is, as much as we're craving the latest and greatest new feature, in music, limitations and restraint actually breed creativity, much more than they hinder it. Paradoxically, they're a great thing. Modern amp simulations have the ability to give you control over almost every parameter of tone. The possibilities seem endless. So if you're a producer or a mix engineer, that's great. It's an incredibly powerful tool. But if your goals are just to create and record your own music, to flesh out ideas, or just to jam and have fun, are all of these options actually helpful? That's up to you to decide. However, in my experience, they can quickly become a black hole that's great at sucking away your time and attention.
Hey everybody, my name's Mick, and I just want to clarify that this video is not meant to bag on the developers of these plugins. All of these companies make amazing products. They all sound incredible, and at this point, they all pretty much sound like real amps. It's getting a lot harder to tell the difference between what's digital and what's not unless someone who knows for sure points it out to you. The point I'm trying to make with this video is to highlight something called option paralysis, which is the tendency when given seemingly unlimited options is to choose none. And while I don't think it affects everyone who uses these tools, I do think that it affects a lot of us much more than we'd like to admit. When working on music, I like to keep things as simple as possible. However, I find it can be a bit challenging that whenever you open up one of these plugins, it seems they're aiming to give you access to every facet of production all in one box. For me, it then becomes a game of how much better can I make this sound? How much farther can I push this? And it's a lot less recording actual music with the time that I have available. And while I know some of you out there absolutely live for that because the production aspect of this is really exciting and it's a ton of fun to just jump in and explore all the different features, for me, I personally find it a bit distracting when there's just too many things to mess around with. So let me know in the comments down below. Are you a production junkie who can play with these things all day long, or are you like me and you get a bit overwhelmed by all the cabinet impulse responses, all the microphone and mic position options, not to mention all the pedal options as well. But if you're like me and you're looking for a guitar plugin that's a lot more stripped down in focus, a lot more simple to use and easy to get started with, then this video here is gonna be for you. Thanks for watching. Like this video, do me a solid and hit the thumbs up button down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this in the future, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.